Hello, everyone. This is Adam Meister, the Bitcoin Meister, the Disrupt Meister. Welcome to the One Bitcoin Show. Today is March the 31st, 2019. Strong hand, offended by selling, value your wealth in Bitcoin, unconfiscatable, 1 Bitcoin equals 1 Bitcoin. Be a unique beast. Bitcoin is the next Bitcoin. Check out Fridays This Week in Bitcoin Show. Ansel, Gabriel, Divine, and Christian were on. Check out yesterday's Beyond Bitcoin Show. Fridays This Week in Bitcoin Show, Saturdays Beyond Bitcoin Show. All good stuff. DisruptMeister.com. You can watch all my old videos. Let's just jump in. Somebody left a comment about, I mentioned Stellar, I think, on Thursday's video. Link to below, of course. And this guy, Littlefoot, said this in the chat. He says, it's sad that a lot of centralized projects did better than pure decentralized community-driven projects. People still want their hands held and don't want to be their own bank. Well, that last line really says it all. Yeah, people still want their hands held, and they don't want to be their own bank. And yeah, they'll fall for something like Stellar, which is centralized. But on that note of not being their own bank, let's move on to Coinbase and what's going on over there. Now, they are going to offer for big who are these guys? For institutional investors, staking of Tezos. Now I'm going to look now to an outsider who doesn't know much about cryptocurrency and just is from the regular financial markets. They're going to look at Coinbase and see that, oh, if I get this Tezos, they're going to give me more Tezos. It's like an interest-bearing bank account. They're going to see Coinbase as a crypto bank that gives you interest. Okay, there are going to be some people that are going to look at this story and interpret it that way. And to tell you the truth, if Coinbase can make a lot of people think that's what they are, then they're going to do really well because people want interest on their holdings, and they want their hand held. They don't want to be their own bank, like the guy said above. All right, so let me read you this really quick from the Block Crypto. Coinbase launches a staking service for institutional clients, starting with Tezos. In staking protocols, investors can put up tokens for bond to help run and secure the networks. Those folks are rewarded with additional tokens, allowing users to gain interest on their principal investment. To start, and this is talking about what Coinbase is doing, Tezos is doing at Coinbase. To start, it will allow clients to stake the Tezos network. We're proud to be the first regulated, insured, and truly institutional staking provider in crypto. Coinbase custody will take about 20% from the current 8% yield, which means that clients will be able to earn around a little over 6% annually by staking Tezos. Oh my God. So if these guys could stake Tezos on their own, they would make 8%. But if they want to not control their own private key and let Coinbase control their precious Tezos, then they'll make 6%. I mean, this is great for Coinbase. All these people are going to want to get interest on their Tezos, and Coinbase is going to get a cut of it. And it reminds me that, if Coinbase can do this, and again, this is not for regular people yet. It's for institutional clients, and I got to make this clear. But if they can do this for institutional clients, stake their Tezos, basically give interest on a coin, why haven't people that held Bitcoin during the Bgold fork been credited their Bgold yet? I mean, Coinbase, if you have the capabilities of doing this with Tezos, you should do this with all Bitcoin forks. I mean, this is a big selling point. You're admitting, you're proving that people want interest on their coins, that they think of you as a bank. In the future, if you really want to be a true crypto bank, then you should be able to give these crypto dividends, these interest, the airdrops, whatever, easily to people. And then people are going to be fooled into letting you control their private keys, and you're going to get rich off of them. You're going to take cuts of it, just like you're taking cuts of the Tezos staking, a big cut of the Tezos staking. You could take a cut of the Bgold, a cut of the BRhodium, a cut of whatever, the MWC coin of the future. They're not complaining about the Tezos stake getting a cut of the Tezos stake. I don't think people. What you got right now is a lot of people that might sue you to get that Bgold. I mean, there was talk at the time, like, I held Bitcoin there. Why didn't I get the Bgold? And again, you have small print that probably gets you off of that stuff. Hey, but I'm just giving you a suggestion, and I'm saying to everyone who's watching this now that everything that I just talked about is probably the future. Is people want their handheld, they want interest-bearing crypto accounts, and Coinbase is going in that direction. And there'll be competitors to Coinbase that do stuff like this. And maybe we'll take my advice and give everybody their airdrops and make it real easy to get your airdrops and your forks and just take a big cut of them. I mean, at this point, who's even claimed some of those Bitcoin forks out there, some of those crazy ones? If Coinbase had it set up that they'd be like, yeah, we'll give you half of the value of those forks, people would be pretty happy, actually. Even though it's like probably much less than a total it's around a total of 1% return for all of those lame-o forks. So people are dealing with BitFi to try to get a 2% return or a 6% return. They're giving up their private key. People will give up their private key for 1% too, probably 1% interest. Pound that like button. Hey, the future is going to be wacky and wild, and some people will do well off of the interest, but it won't be worth the risk to others because they'll lose some of these providers of interest will just run away with people's Bitcoin. Again, I'm saying put your Bitcoin on your Trezor. That's the best thing. Learn how to do this stuff on your own. If you're so into altcoins and everything, and you think you're a Tezos master, then don't rely on Coinbase. You better know how to stake your own Tezos and get your free Tezos from staking. But again, I say keep it simple with the Bitcoin. Keep it on your Trezor. Do the airdrops. We'll talk about MWC coin in a second. Pound that like button. All righty. What do we have here? Now, Chris, my buddy Chris over at the MWC coin, Mimblewimble coin, which is going to be an airdrop for Bitcoin holders. And I'm a Bitcoin holder, so I like when I get free coins. Well, he's the lead dev. He's the lead guy over there. Great communication on his part. He's got a new Medium post. I linked to it below. All right. And I got to say, most devs, they're not marketing people. They're not communicators. They don't answer questions. Chris has been really good with answering people's questions and posting all this stuff. So good for them. And hopefully that'll help the interest in the value. And we're getting it for free. So I wish him all the luck in the world. But he's come up with this BIP 137, and it involves okay, I'll read the whole thing. In order to get your airdrop, you've got to sign, and you can sign on your Trezor, or you can do it on other storage devices. But it's easiest on your Trezor, apparently. And I'm going to read a quote by Andy Hoffman that's going to help explain all this. And this is all linked to below. The MWC team will provide instructions for signing messages and thus registering for the airdrop from the Trezor, which will be the easiest, and from other types of wallets. Preparing for the registration, Chris and the MWC devs realized there was no true industry-wide protocol for message signing. Thus, in an attempt to make it easier to do so, to make this and future Bitcoin airdrops easier from numerous diverse wallets, they coded a method of doing so, BIP 137, which last night was merged into Bitcoin's BIP repository. So there you go. They're doing something over there that's going to make other airdrops easier for everyone, and hopefully it is implemented by many storage devices. So that's good to make it a universally easy thing to do. Because right now, to sign is not the same everywhere. It's different. So this is great to have a standard, a signing standard. The airdrop. So this is the airdrop BIP, I call it. Anyway, and he's in motion. I give him credit for that, and it's helping the entire Bitcoin holding community in the future. If this really becomes something, if this BIP 137 is adopted by all, that would be great for the Bitcoin holding, because then in the future it'll be really easy to get these airdrops. Because again, in the past it hasn't been. You know, there've been issues. It wasn't that easy with Brodium to sign and get the airdrop. And so that's linked to below. Good. Yeah, I'm wearing the Satoshi Nakamoto shirt here. I think this is a Cryptoid shirt. It's linked to below. You can get it. Haven't worn it for a while. It says Satoshi in Japanese. CoinDesk with this article. SEC postpones decision on Bitwise and Bitcoin on all the ETFs. Okay. One day, my reason for bringing this up is that, as I've said, we're going to keep on hearing that the SEC decisions on the ETF proposals are delayed. But one day, isn't it going to be sweet when you wake up and you hear that the SEC has approved the Bitcoin ETF? That's just something you should remember over the next few months or year or more than a year. When you wake up every 2 months or every 6 weeks or so, reading it's been delayed, it's been delayed, it's been rejected, it's been delayed, it's sort of been delayed, that one day you're going to wake up and we're one day closer to that thing being approved. Pound that like button. Long-term thinking, though. You gotta have patience. You gotta defer that gratification. It will be so much sweeter. All right. But for now, rejection. Get used to it. So today when I was at synagogue, there was a little meal afterwards. I didn't eat, of course, because I only eat once a day. And everyone was asking me about that, of course. But they know that I'm in the Bitcoin, so people were asking me about Bitcoin. And this guy says, Adam, did you read the Wall Street Journal article about the Bitcoin mining off of natural gas waste off of oil in Canada? And I said, I didn't read that article, but I know the guy behind it, Steve Barber. And I've talked about this on my show before. So I went home. Sure enough, the Wall Street, and I linked to it below, the Wall Street Journal has an article about Steve Barber, about upstream data and Bitcoin mining at oil and gas facilities. That's what he does. And I congratulate the Wall Street Journal for writing about this. I first mentioned this story on this show, and I linked to the show below in May of 2018. So again, and they picked up on the story. What is it now? 10 months later, or whatever it is, 11 months later, 10 months later. It's 10 months later. So that just reminds you that I don't just repeat the same old news that the CoinDesk put out there over and over again. You know, I could just do a show listing all the generic CoinDesk news, and some people I think do that and just comment on that. No, I bring you the news. I met Steve Barber personally in Calgary, and again, you can watch the video yourself of when I say this is amazing. With this, I was in Norway in May. I just found the Steve's account and Upstream Data's account. I was like, this is amazing. You know, the Bitcoin mining off of oil and gas facilities using the excess gas. I mean, it's taking waste and turning it into Bitcoin. It's great. And now the Wall Street Journal writes about it. And I'm glad they did write about it, because there's all that FUD about how Bitcoin is wasteful, but Bitcoin is turning waste into Bitcoin. But again, I just wanted to point out to everybody, this is the freaking best show out there on the freaking web. And if you're a 20%er, at least, if you want fancy sets and graphics, or if you want to hear about things 10 months late, because I'm sure now a lot of people are talking about the Wall Street Journal article. Like it's totally news. I mean, again, in July, Vortex, me, BTC Benny, were hanging out with this guy. Francis also, Rodolfo Novak. We were hanging out with this dude in Calgary. But again, the Wall Street Journal picks up on the story a year later. So congratulations, Steve. You're doing a great thing. This is it's awesome. Check it out. Check him out. I linked to my video, his Twitter accounts, and if you want to actually read the Wall Street Journal thing. So moving on, Luke Jast Jr. and this was, I think, on Friday or Thursday, and I do not know what has become of this. He says, looks like HitBTC have decided to go full scammer and are stealing balances of users, including me. Probably a good idea to get anything you have off, and take care not to use it. And as always, keep as little on exchanges as possible. Well, wait, wow, Luke Dash Jr. is trading crypto on HitBTC. That's a little odd. And yeah, I wouldn't keep a thing on any exchanges, first of all. And I don't know if they stole from him or not. He's basically saying in that statement that they're sketchy. Yeah, they're freaking sketchy. They tried to extort money out of Be Private. They're sketchy. And this is what you get when you deal with exchanges. I've said this many times. And I think in the future, we're going to still deal with this. I mean, one day they're going to open exchanges in Nigeria one day. Again, there are no, I mean, well, no, in certain parts of Africa, there are no exchanges. There are exchanges in South Africa and Zimbabwe, but that is not the bulk of Africa. I mean, we have a whole world that has so many countries don't have exchanges in it. There's going to be a whole, the exchanges in the United States started out pretty sketchy. Then they got regulated. Okay. It's there in some countries, there aren't even any exchanges yet. So they have to go through the whole wild west process. And so, these type of things are going to be happening all the time in the future, but just in different parts of the world. So if you're in a different part of the world, don't ever play with any of these exchanges. I mean, that's the bottom line. But I want to focus on HitBTC for a second. And Dave, my buddy Big Dave, who was on the show, Big Dave Akers, and he has a tweet out there. So HitBTC, what is the story? March 9th, HitBTC said, HitBTC has compensated custody losses, referring to the Be Private issue. March 26th, HitBTC says, users did not sustain any losses as a result of this, the Be Private issue. If there were in fact no losses, why did you try and extort 58,920 Be Private from the Be Private team? And that's it. That's a great question. Again, they're contradicting themselves. They would never debate him in an audio debate. They just send out press releases. Again, you should just refer to Luke Dash Jr.'s comments about them too. You're messing with some people. They can say what they want to say. They can do what they want to do. But just know, I mean, if any of you are still putting money on these exchanges, I think you're mad. I think you're crazy. But clearly, the HitBTC thing, they thought they could get away with this. They really thought they could get away with this. And I give Dave and everybody over there at Be Private all the credit in the world for not giving in and just not saying no, putting their foot down. No, we're not going to give you our coin because you randomly came up with some lie about losing it and you can't even keep your lies straight. No. And there are people out there, short-term thinkers who are like, why don't you just pay them? Why don't you? They'll let us stay on they'll let your coin stay on the exchange. No, that's crazy. That's rewarding an extortionist. You don't do that. Then they'll keep on doing it. They'll get worse. All right. Speaking of exchanges, on Bithumb there was an EOS hack. Why are you into EOS? Why are you into Bithumb? And that basically is what Tone Vase said in his tweet. That's linked to below. That's all I got to say about that. And Bitwise. Okay, so on Thursday's show, I was talking about Bitwise, and I was very excited, and there was a lot of lack of sleep on my part. And I wanted to clarify something from Thursday's show if you didn't understand. Bitwise has some proposed funds. There's like a top 10 crypto fund, a top 20, a top 100 crypto fund, and I said that. What I was trying to say was the coin market cap top 10 changes from year to year, okay? But the true top tier altcoins, that really doesn't change. I mean, there might be a couple that move into it over time. I mean, for a few years now, Litecoin and Ethereum have clearly been top tier. There's been no argument about it. And I think you can say that Monero is also, Dash and Bcash. I mean, again, these are things that not everyone's going to like, but they're out there. And in terms of coin market cap, though, you have coins like Binance Coin that jump into it and then jump out of it. The Tether that jumps in it and these aren't coins that Binance Coin is not going to be a top tier coin in the future. I mean, you know that. So there's a difference between the top tier altcoins and the coin market cap ones, and there's a stability issue there also. What's the coin market cap top 10 is much changes much more so than the top tier altcoins. And then, of course, I mean, the bottom line is whether it be the top 100 altcoins or the coin market cap 100 altcoins, that does change a lot. The top, I mean, that's just totally a gamble. That's just totally a gamble. There's really just a top tier, maybe a second tier, and then just the rest is just wild, wild west. But in terms of market valuation, yeah, there could be a lot of manipulation when a new coin comes on the scene. It can pop into the top. Like, again, BSV, for example. BSV is listed in it was listed in the top 10 of coin market cap, and now it's like in the top 12. It is not a top tier altcoin. And it's not considered one by Bitwise either in their funds. Okay, enough of that. I just wanted to, there's a little bit of a nuanced talk there between, coin market cap top 10 and what's really a top tier altcoin. And here, so here's some dudes in motion, some links you guys should check out really quick. What is this? The Bitcoin Rabbi has this out. He's in motion. I wrote a storybook for children and adults, Bitcoin Money, a tale of Bitville discovering good money. It's meant to introduce someone to why Bitcoin. It will be full color, about 30 pages. We're working on illustrations now. Release next month. That's linked to below. I mean, that's cool. He's in motion. He's in motion. Now, on the other side of the spectrum, I was informed about a video series called Bitcoin and Friends. And it's like a cartoon that's like South Park. There's a lot of cursing and stuff in it. That is also linked to below, but that dude's in motion also. He's taking it from a different level. Okay. It's not a nice, clean and good-hearted for children type of storybook. It's a video that's hardcore. And finally, here's your reading assignment for the day. This is about BlockFi. What was this? This is a guy named Zane Pokic. BlockFi and the Mystery of Finance. And it basically talks about how after taxes, you're not going to make that much more by giving up your precious Bitcoin to BlockFi. And he talks about the many risks and trade-offs involved with BlockFi. And is it worth it is the question. So you can read his link below. And before I sign off, Vention just sent $5. Careful criticizing the great and honorable Satoshi. He might sue you if you don't agree that he's Satoshi. So yeah, the fake Satoshi, who I talked about his coin, which is not a top tier altcoin. He might sue me for. He's threatening to sue all sorts of people on crypto Twitter. I try not to talk about that stuff because I try to ignore him totally, because he really, that's the sociopath, psychopath, fake Satoshi. He thrives off of people giving him attention and he makes just the biggest claims on social media. So again, I stumble upon them because people retweet them. Alistair Milne Alistair Milne, who's a great Twitter dude, gives fake Satoshi too much attention. And so I read Alistair Milne and then I see this stuff by fake Satoshi. No, people, you shouldn't. The guy thrives off of the attention, and he's able to fool more and more people by giving him attention. He gets more followers. He can point to like, oh, look at all these replies that I got of people cursing me. They hate me. I'm going to sue them. And then he gets more. So anyway, that's it. They're sickos like that out there who just they can lie and lie and lie, but they just love that attention. It's the attention economy. Check out Saturday's show. I talk about that type of stuff. Thank you, Vention, though, for the contribution. Pound that like button. I'm Adam Meister, the Bitcoin Meister, the Disrupt Meister. I'm in Baltimore, but this was a West Coast time type of show. Check out the links below. Bang that bell button also, and click on the squares to see all my recent shows. Thanks for all the support, dudes. I'll see you tomorrow. Bye.